Hey guys, welcome back to the Wine Rookie. I'm your Wine Rookie host, Paul, and today we are going to be opening up a Zinfandel. Now this is exciting because in my personal life, I don't drink a lot of Zinfandels. So for the channel, I figured I'd open something up that I'm not too familiar with and we'd learn about it together. So hopefully the fellow Wine Rookies at home are going to be gleaning a lot from this tasting, and so will I. And if you're not subscribed, Wine Rookies, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's plenty of tastings to watch on the channel to start learning, and there's going to be plenty more to come. So, Renwood Ranch, 2019 vintage Zinfandel from Amador County. Amador County is known as the first region where Zinfandel grapes were grown in California, brought from the East Coast during the Gold Rush era in the 1830s. And they even have some vines that have survived ever since then, known as their ancient vine zins. Survived the phylloxera that plagued California in the mid to late 1800s, and even the Prohibition where they were ripping up vineyards to plant other crops. So very cool. Amador County, rich history in this Zinfandel, a lot more rich history in Zins. Italy's Primitivo is genetically identical, and we didn't know that until 2003. And then in 2011, we found out an even older Croatian grape known as Tribodrag is also identically genetically to the same Zinfandel grapes. So Zinfandel is a Croatian grape that was brought here in the 1800s, and now we get to enjoy it on the channel. Renwood Ranch 2019 Zinfandel received 90 points from Wine.com's Wilfred Wrong. We're going to open it up and see what it's like. Hey guys, we've got our 2019 vintage from Renwood Ranch poured out, and we're going to go ahead and take a closer look. Because we're wine rookies here and we're all learning about wine, first thing we're going to do is get a white sheet of paper. We're going to get a lot of light interacting with this wine here, and we're going to look at the color. So guys, this is a medium ruby in the glass. It's all red. Sometimes with wines, you can get with red wines, you can get some purple, you can get some brown. This one's just ruby red, medium. And I know that because it's very translucent. I can see my fingers through it. A deeper ruby red, I might not be able to see my fingers through it. Next, we're going to swirl the wine in the glass, not for the nose yet, not for the bouquet. We just want to develop some wine tears on the side of this glass. Why? Because wine tears show us a couple things. We know that because of how thick and how many tears this wine is presenting on the side of the glass, that this is going to be higher ABV. And it is. 14.5%. We also knew that because it's going to be California Zinfandel. Very high ABV generally. But we also know that this is going to be, a little more residual sugars left in this wine. It's a little more viscous. So, and the visual cues of the wine help us discover that. Now is when we're going to swirl it for aroma compounds. So what we want to do here is we want to develop aromas in the glass, and we're going to analyze that by breathing it in. The aromas really only last 6 to 10 seconds. It's a very short amount of time, so you really have to be ready to identify those. So here we go. Guys, very fruit forward. Strawberries are coming off first. I also get some blackberries and a very rich plum note to that. There's also some layers of star anise, kind of this black licoricey kind of note to it. And I get some caramel and some leather from the nose as well. So lots of really nice tasting notes from this wine. Some aromas from this wine, not tasting notes. That's what we're doing now. We're going to figure out, what does this Zinfandel taste like? Do we like it? What are we going to pair with it? So here we go. Wow. Guys, we'll start this. This is a medium plus body, very low acidic wine. Medium tannins. And there's some extra notes of like barbecued meat, some dried raisins, raisins are dried, but some dried grapes in the form of like raisins, kind of that like really intense dried fruit flavored notes there. And some graham cracker crust. Think of like a s'more or a cheesecake. You get all those, your first bite's a graham cracker crust. So those are the additional notes that we're getting on the palate. Kind of a medium finish. There's not a long finish to this wine. And overall, I'd say this is actually really good. I would pair this with some smoky barbecue. Probably some brisket, like a dry rub. Do like a Texas style barbecue, slow smoke, some burnt ends. Delicious with this wine. And that's going to be enjoyed best with family and friends. And then if you're doing this on a cheese board, guys, there's a company called Rogue Creamery, and they're up in Oregon, and they do a smoked blue cheese that I think would be really delicious with this Zinfandel. So check that kind of pairing out. If you're not trying to order your cheese online, and you can just find a blue cheese from the grocery store, that's going to work really well too. But I think a blue cheese and barbecue is going to go great with this. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the channel. Like and subscribe if you aren't already, and we will see you back here for another Wine Rookie tasting. Cheers, everybody.